Hi Taurians, and welcome to your April 2015 Taroscope reading, and thank you for your patience. And just to remind you, good things take time, I guess, to come, and it's worth waiting for. So in your reading I've popped this little beautiful pyramid stone, and we'll sort of work out why that's popped in later. And the other thing I've thought about is Taurians and travel. So I wonder if we're going to see some travel cards come out for April. We'll be using 4 cards. Each card will represent a week. Then there'll be an overall energy card as a 5th card. And after the reading we'll do your higher vibrational energies, because I know you all love them so much. So let's see what turns up. Death. The 6 of Swords, that's the travel card. The 6 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. And the overall energy is the 8 of Wands. Okay. So we start the month off in April with this Major Arcana, which is quite a big one. It's called the Death card, but you'll know from my philosophies that it's actually rebirth. And I guess, yes, rebirth is usually brought about through the moving on of something out of your life that no longer is taking you in a positive path, or no longer serves your higher energies or your directions or your goals or your aspirations. So quite often we see the Death card when we are finalising things. So end of projects, ends of relationships, ends of pathways, new doors opening. The light coming up, the sunrise coming up on the horizon, is to remind us that this card is always about new evolutionary cycles, new pathways, new doors. So it's a powerful card, and it has powerful connotations. Oftentimes when change comes about, we do find ourselves a little bit anxious, because as humans we tend to like stability or patterns. It's just, we're creatures of habit, and the Death card can mean that breaking of habit. So I always think of it as a really amazing opportunity to ignite the new, and this could be at any level. It could be work, career related, it could be finances, money, relationships, and it could just be something along your own spiritual journey or your own personality or attitudes or something. You might even give up something that wasn't serving you, such as addictive tendencies or behaviours, or foods that aren't possibly good for you. You may find that there's something new that's coming into your life faster than you anticipated, and it's suddenly right there on your door, which requires you to let go of something else to allow it to fit in. So you could call it the card of manifestation as well. And I see that the pyramid is sitting right over the top of it. And if we think of the Angel of Atlantis cards, which are these high vibrational ones, the one with the, oh my gosh, I've just picked that up off the deck. Well, I've got goosebumps. This deck is the one that has, which I was about to say, has Michael with the pyramid on it. So there's a really big message for you about patience. I've changed the whole direction of the reading now. I can't help it. See, I told you it would be worth waiting for. That's why this is here. So there's something about this, and there's something about Michael's energies. You can call on him and ask for his protection if you're feeling nervous or anxious or worried at all. He's a wonderful protector and provider, and he is giving you the opportunity to feel patience when these changes are coming. And patience allows us to slow down, take that breath, and re-establish ourselves. It's like reconnecting at the spiritual level, because when we're disconnected or discombobulated, all our creativity stops, and we feel those negative energies of fear, tension, anxiety, jealousy, all of those type of issues crop up. So patience is a big thing for you for the month of April in any transitions or changes you're making. So just be tolerant, be loving to yourself, and allow flow to come at the rate that it will. Don't force it. So those were the messages that just jumped out there. I can't believe that. That's amazing. Well, I can believe it because it happens all the time. I also said to you, Taurians travel, that was the message I got for April, and this is categorically known as the travel card, and it can be travel across water. So some of you may be going on a trip that requires the travel across water one way or another, whether it's by boat or by plane, or whether you catch a ferry that your car goes on, or you go under water like in the Paris-London channel across the sea. So there's all sorts of propositions around travel. It also indicates that you may be going with someone else. There is also the feeling with this card that sometimes you leave something behind, that you are actually travelling away from someone or something. And I know it's connected very closely here to this death card, so this could be part of the leaving behind that you might be making or coming across in April. So some of you could be leaving to go to a new job, for instance, or to a different university in another state or another country, or you might have you might be moving away from your home and leaving behind the security and the love and everything else of your family. So that can be the feeling when the Six of Swords card is around. It's predominantly about travel and moving away, and a little bit of not pain, but you know, a little bit of a feeling of I'm not sure if I'm really ready for it sometimes too. If we come to this card, another 6, you've got 2 6s in a row. Interesting that. So when you get double ups of numbers, quite often the numbers become more important, and 6 is often associated with the home, with the heart, with harmony, with your own health, and it's a year of sort of justice, fair play and honesty, and unselfish service, so giving to others. So there could be something in April that surrounds that number 6 vibration. When we come back to the Wands here, the 6 of Wands, it is actually known as the success card, and in fact it makes me think of the Taurians a little bit, because it's success or victory at a cost. Well, when I say a cost, it's kind of the fact that you are self-sufficiently happy with where you're going, and that you glean some accolade along the way, but you haven't much thought about the others around you. It's almost like you're doing something regardless of their feel, and maybe again that's why this 6 number keeps jumping up to me. Maybe in April you have to consider other people's feelings and actions and thoughts and inputs as well, because if you don't, sometimes we trample on people's toes and we can cause angst to them without actually realising it. See, I don't think this person necessarily realises that their own victory is sometimes at the gain of trampling on other people's toes. So sometimes that can be the message of this card. And if we're thinking of money or health, money in particular, if you've had a tough time, or you've had a period where your finances have been a bit lean and you've been possibly, you know, putting off paying big bills one way or another, well, this is a sign that your finances will take a turn for the more positive. They might be a little bit slower coming in, and you may have to do a little bit of work to get them, such as if people are owing you money, you need to chase up the debts. You need to make sure that you have sent your account or paperwork out. If you feel that you could be inclined for a wage rise but nothing's happening about it, you need to go and make that appointment with your boss and sit down and have the discussions and the talks and so forth. And that's sometimes what this card can indicate, the victory card. Health-wise, I would think that you will be rising or, you know, overcoming any small health issues you've had, which could have been around in the earlier part of April with these 2 cards here. And this is often about the emotional perspective of health and the, you know, anxious or the internal thought process of health and how it can drain us down. So I think you do overcome any of that if it's around. And then we look to the 4th week of April and we see the Ace of Pentacles. Lovely sign for finances again. It's almost as if this hard work here that you put in will start to pay dividends over here, because this is the prospect of definitely new money coming in. So someone could pay you those bills that were outstanding. You could be offered a new job or a pay rise increase, or you may get some increment of money coming in. It could just be in the ideas phase at the moment, which could require you to be part of it, which might mean you signing some contract or something, or making sure you post that email to your boss requesting a talk or a meeting to discuss remuneration, something along those lines, because it hasn't fully landed yet. It's still coming to you, but it's a really positive sign for finances in particular. And the same would go for health, emotions, romance, anything along those lines, all showing positivity. But I think overall, if we just remember the key word for you for the month, the patience. So if we come up here to the overall energy card, the Eight of Wands, this is often associated with quick change coming. And we've talked about change in the very beginning, and we said have patience, and sometimes it could be that things might be coming in that you least expect, or there might be so many things happening all at once you think, oh, which one do I have to get to first? Because this often gives us that feeling of a lot of activity all at once, and it can be creative activity or thoughts on your mind, or as if you've got a whole lot of things to deal with and get done in April, so it's got a busy feeling to it. And that's why the patience might come back in again, you know. You'll get them all done if you put them into priority and do one thing at a time and start at A and finish at Z. The other thing is this can represent new possible romantic interest coming in, and it can be again quite rapid, so something you may not have expected, someone who you may not have known previously, completely new sort of energies. And again, they're coming, and they can be quite quick, so there's nothing grounded about it yet, there's nothing necessarily stable or balanced, so you need to maintain balance with these projects when they come in, possibly because of their speed. Well, Taurus, you certainly did pull one out of the box, didn't you? It was worth waiting for. So we'll go to the deck of cards, which I had sitting here. I won't put Michael back in with his patience because we've already had that message for you. But I will look and see what your other card that's going to be, we'll draw one for you anyhow, because that's how we're doing it, just because I said. And what have we got here? Oh, look at that, Sandalphon, love. Wow, I think April feels like some really big full-on messages coming for lots of signs. Now, if we look at this here, this is actually Jesus, and of course, if you're Christian related, or you know, have that faith, it's Easter at the very beginning of April, so there's this huge energy around the planet of this Jesus and Christ type energy. So we feel that amazing universal white light coming in, and of course that's the protective light, and I mentioned the protection before with the Michael card, that he is a good protector that you can call on. So you've got some amazing support in April. When you feel this white light coming in and it connects at your heart and you feel love, there is nothing more powerful than that. That is what we are here to go through. Now this could be love of yourself, it could be love of a partner, and it could be a sacred type love. It could be love of your family, or love of your friends, or just love of something in your life that it lights you. It's like it will grab you, and you'll feel this power surge. It'll be like, whoo, and it'll be wonderful. So meditate on it, seek to bring it in, engage with it, connect with it, because it's a gift and it's truly beautiful. Well, you've had a stunning reading, so I wish you the very, very best for April in every way, and plenty of gorgeous love. Kia kaha, namaste.